In a new episode of Esto, PGA Tour Latinoamérica, the race for the Total Play Cup takes us to Fazenda Boa Vista in Porto, FELIZ, Brazil, for the 67th playing of the JHSF Brazil Open.
Super agradecimento à JHSF, que nos deu a oportunidade de realizar esse evento maravilhoso.
And then we head to Los INKAS Golf Club in Lima, Peru, for the Diners Club Peru Open, presented by VOLVO.
Los chicos me preguntan qué restaurantes, la comida peruana es súper conocida, así que ya tengo una lista armada en mi teléfono para hacer copy-paste.
We will also learn about the driving force behind the colorful pants Castillo wears every week on tour.
Anytime I'm on the golf course, it gives me that same energy, that vibe that she's with me and I know she's happy.
All this and more coming up next. Esto, PGA Tour Latinoamérica. The JHSF Brazil Open is one of several top South American tournaments making a much-awaited return to the PGA Tour Latinoamérica schedule this season. Last played in September of 2019, the tournament is making its return to Fazenda Boa Vista for the third straight time.
Desde el pie de salida no tiene muchos problemas, entonces por ahí te permite ser un poco más agresivo que otro tipo de canchas. El campo la verdad que está en muy buenas condiciones, los greens son difíciles, mucho movimiento, pero en general el campo está muy bueno, así que creo que vamos a poder aprovechar eso.
The field of 144 players from 21 countries featured 17 Brazilians, including tour members Rafa Becker, the tournament winner in 2014, and Rodrigo Lee. As the sixth of 12 scheduled tournaments, the Brazil Open would mark the halfway point in the battle for the Total Play Cup.
It's nice to kind of get out there and see the front nine. There's some holes that you want to play a few times, a lot of slope on the greens. So it's definitely a course where I'm going to get a caddy. Sometimes it's I'll decide not to, just because I think I work through the course pretty well and just know what kind of club to hit and that kind of thing. But it'll be nice to have a caddy this week and just save a little bit of energy, because come Sunday, our legs are going to be nice and sore.
Taking advantage of the wide fairways at Fazenda Boa Vista, a course that produced plenty of fireworks in the past, the low scores started to come early. The opening day produced a trio of co-leaders, with Argentina's Jamie Lopez Rivarola and Andres Gallegos joining Sweden's Linus Liljedahl atop the leaderboard after firing rounds of 8 under 63. The co-leading trio finished the day one shot ahead of Mexico's Raul Pereda, Chile's Cristobal del Solar, and the American duo of Grayson Huff and Austin Hitt. Coming off 4 missed cuts after a tie for 29th at the season-opening Visa Open de Argentina, Lopez Rivarola went on to match his PGA Tour Latinoamérica lowest career score by recording 6 birdies and an eagle.
Más allá del resultado, yo siento que el trabajo que vine a hacer fue a ir muy tiro a tiro y comprometido con cada uno de mis objetivos, con cada tiro, y lo logré hacer. Mantuve muy paciente cuando fallé y cuando tuve la oportunidad, la verdad, supe aprovechar mucho, así que estoy muy contento, no solo, como te digo, con el resultado, sino con el proceso de cómo se dio.
Playing in the morning as well, Linus Liljedahl went bogey-free to match Lopez Rivarola's efforts. His opening 63 was also his lowest round of the PGA Tour Latinoamérica season.
I came into the round and confidence was not on top. I've had a few rough weeks, missed cut first week in Argentina, and then had to withdraw the second week because of a little injury. So excited, to put down a really good score first round. So it's great.
Having recorded 2 top 10 finishes in his past 2 visits to Fazenda Boa Vista, Andres Gallegos was feeling good about his chances. A closing eagle on 18 late in the afternoon proved him right as he made it into the tie for the lead.
La verdad que fui paso a paso, como que los birdies no vinieron muy seguidos como a la ida, sino que a la vuelta hice birdie al 11 y recién hice otro birdie en el 16 y bueno, pude terminar con el aire del 18 que me dio el resultado de 8 menos.
The following day, Lopez Riverola kept the pedal down. The University of Georgia alum fired another bogey-free 63 to claim the outright lead by 2 shots.
No pegué tan preciso como lo pegué ayer, pero supe recuperarme en los tiros a green y la verdad que el pad siguió encendido y en muy buena forma, digamos, para darme esa tranquilidad de que mismo si fallaba algunos greens podía recuperarme fácil.
Lopez Riverola recorded 2 eagles and 4 birdies to move ahead of the pack at the undulating 6,830-yard par 71.
Siento que vengo haciendo las cosas con los objetivos que me propuse estos últimos días y quiero tratar de ser consistente con eso y de llevarlo hasta el domingo y de ver dónde me llega. La verdad no me está desesperando el, bueno, a ver si gano o a ver qué quedo. Pero yo sé que si cumplo con ese objetivo de estar en el presente y en el proceso y de estar comprometido en cada tiro, me va a llevar cerca, pero bueno, no me desespera saber si lo gano o no.
At 16 under, Lopez Riverola went on to tie the PGA Tour Latinoamerica's 36-hole scoring record, moving 2 shots ahead of fellow countryman Andres Gallegos, who carded a 65. A consistent contender this season and a 2-time PGA Tour Latino America champion, Chile's Cristobal del Solar followed his opening 64 with a 65 to charge into solo third at 12 under. Every season, a significant number of players earn their PGA Tour Latino America card through the Dev Series. Competing on their local tours, these are some of the latest Dev Series winners. We look forward to seeing each of them at the Dev Series final later this year. While in Lima to play the Diners Club Peru Open, you would think our tour players were there on some sort of foodie tour instead of playing in a professional golf tournament. Meanwhile, our tour alums keep excelling on the Corn Ferry Tour. Our latest winner was Harrison Endicott. The young Aussie went on to win the Huntsville Championship, and now is in the hunt for a spot on the PGA Tour next season. After the break, we will find out who the winner of the JHSF Brazil Open is. And then we will learn about who is the inspiration behind Derek Castillo's colorful outfits. The Diners Club Peru Open, presented by VOLVO, is also straight ahead.
I'm Derek Castillo, and Esto es PGA Tour Latinoamérica.
Esto es PGA Tour Latinoamérica. With the wind becoming a factor while gusting to 29 miles, Fazenda Boa Vista was a lot more challenging come Saturday at the JHSF Brazil Open.
Sobre todo la ida, que es la parte complicada del campo, el viento estaba muy fuerte, entonces salimos más que nada a no cometer errores y no fue 8 menos como los previos días, pero 2 menos para el día que hizo hoy está bastante bien.
After firing back-to-back 63s, Lopez Riverola slowed down his impressive pace a bit to card a third round of 2 under 69. However, his 2-shot lead remained intact.
Soy consciente del juego que tengo cuando juego bien.
While going bogey-free for the first 45 holes of the tournament, Lopez Riverola reached the 54-hole mark at 18 under. Those trailing by 2 shots in a tie for second were Guatemala's Jose Toledo and Chile's Cristobal del Solar. Toledo, who fired a 7-under 64, shared the low round of the day with Rowan Karen of the Netherlands, who moved to 15-under to rank solo 4th.
Estoy tranquilo porque sé que si sigo haciendo lo que estoy haciendo, voy a estar cerca.
Heading into the final round, Lopez Rivarola knew he was going to be tested on his quest to become a PGA Tour Latinoamérica champion. He got off to a bit of a shaky start, making 3 birdies and 2 bogeys early to give hope to other contenders such as Karen and Toledo.
Sí, un poco más sufrida, la verdad, de lo que me esperaba, pero bueno, yo era consciente al principio de la vuelta que iba a tener obstáculos y que el campo y que el golf me iba a poner a prueba.
Trailing by 2 after a critical double bogey on the 10th hole, a par 4 where his tee shot went into the hazard, Lopez Rivarola found the strength to claim back the lead.
Supe soltarme, eso me ayuda a relajarme un poco y a no ponerme tanta presión conmigo mismo y bueno, se vio reflejado en el juego y en el score.
He kept his composure, making 2 huge birdies on 12 and 16 to keep his chances alive. He reached the par 5 18th, a hole where he made eagle birdie the first 3 days, needing a birdie to secure the tournament title.
Yo había visto que Rowan había pasado 19 menos de ida, me quedé con ese número, yo venía 19 menos, pero bueno, decidí pegar el tiro que más cómodo se me había hecho toda la semana, que era el drive, sin importar la situación.
From 180 yards, he hit another great approach, and then 2-putted to secure his first professional victory.
La verdad, esta semana me dio la pauta de que es por acá en el juego y de que tengo que mantenerme con esta actitud. Y bueno, y después aceptar los logros y los scores que vengan y los torneos y los resultados. Yo trataré de hacer mi parte, así que es lo que importa.
After missing 4 cuts in a row, the Brazil Open win allowed Lopez Rivarola to rise from the ashes. By earning 500 Total Play Cup points to move to 7th on the standings, he is now in contention for a spot on the Korn Ferry Tour. When PGA Tour Latinoamérica member Derek Castillo was only 15, his grandma, Lydia Castillo, was diagnosed with cancer, passing away only 2 weeks later. The lovely lady, who grew up in Hawaii, was like a second mom to Derek, and she remains an inspiration on and off the course. He took some time to tell us about the impact she continues to have in his life.
She was a huge motivation and everything support system for me in my golf career. And man, ever since I was 8 years old and I first played in the Junior Worlds when I was in San Diego, my grandma would come down and watch me play in tournaments. So it was just kind of part of my routine. It was part of everything, you know. We'd fly to wherever we were going with my grandma. She would be there. I grew up maybe 10 minutes from her, so every day after school she'd come pick me up and we'd go and take me to the golf course. She was like my second mom to me. Like she was my support system and all that. So it was tough. I was at a golf tournament. I was actually at the USAM qualifier when I was 15, and I said, hey, I don't want to go. Like you're not feeling great. I want to be here. And she said, no. Like the only thing that makes me happy is you playing golf and you reaching it, like doing what you want to do. And we went to the event, and I got a call the night before that my grandma passed. And I think I was trying to play the first like 8 holes. It was like 1 under, and then on like the 9th hole, I could see her in her cart on the side, and I just couldn't play anymore. We had to drive. I think I went like triple quad the next 2 holes, and we just left. I had to go home and be with my family. Just anytime I'm on the golf course, it gives me that same energy, that vibe that she's with me, and I know she's happy. And not just these pants, but all the clothes that I wear. I mean, it helps me feel more connected with her, just because she was from Hawaii. She grew up on Hawaii. She liked floral, crazy print, and you know, she always told me just be yourself. Like Be who you are, don't care what other people think of you. I like the way it looks. I like that I'm the only one out here wearing them. I like that I don't have to worry about showing up to the first tee and matching somebody. I started this trend beginning of last year. I was playing with John Daly and we were playing at my home course and the opportunity came about. I'm really grateful to have that opportunity and really happy with where it's been going. So ever since I was 6 years old and I can remember, it's been my dream to be one of the best on the PGA Tour. And for me, it's just, you know, I've always wanted to be able to play at a high level, and I feel like when I'm playing my best golf, it's when I express myself the best.
Last played in October of 2019, the Diners Club Peru Open, presented by VOLVO, is back.
Volver después de casi 3 años sin jugarse este torneo, que creo que es súper especial tanto como para los locales como para la gente de afuera.
One of PGA Tour Latinoamerica's founding events in 2012, the Diners Club Peru Open has remained a strong stop on the schedule ever since. With the tour celebrating its 10th anniversary season this year, this will be the 9th playing of the event under the tour's umbrella.
Sí, la verdad que muy lindo recuerdo, la cancha está en perfectas condiciones. Hay que jugar muy bien desde las 100 yardas y hay que saber leer muy bien las caídas ya que tienen muchos pelos los greens.
The 6,882-yard par 72 at Los INKAS Golf Club has been great at identifying talent, with Julian Echelan, Harry Higgs, and Tyler McCumber among its champions. The race for the 2022 title began with U.S. player Cole Mady holding the lead with a bogey-free 65 after a morning in which he ran into traffic and almost missed his tee time.
I putted pretty nicely today. I didn't putt too well last week, so it's nice to start to get some better feels with putting.
With little warm-up, the UCLA alum birdied his first and 8th holes to make the turn in 2 under. Then he added 5 birdies on the back 9 to rise to the top.
This is maybe the best course we've played so far this year. The fairways and the greens are immaculate. I was telling all the guys we were playing with, it's just like your ball pitches up perfectly around the greens and it's just like super lush fairways, so it's a lot of fun to play.
Trailing Mady by 1 in a tie for second, along with Brazil's Rafael Becker, Kevin Velo is a player to watch. The California native, who won the Termas de Rio Hondo last March, was entering the week as number 6 on the Total Play Cup standings. The good start in Lima sort of felt like a redemption for Becker, who was coming off a disappointing missed cut the week before at his National Open in Fazenda, Boa Vista. After the break, we will find out who walks away from Lima as the latest tour winner.
Gran ganador, igualando el récord del campo.
We'll be right back with more from Esto, as PGA Tour Latinoamérica. Esto es PGA Tour Latinoamérica.
No, la cancha está espectacular. Los fairways, los greens, yo creo que esta semana es una de las mejores semanas del año. La comida, todo, yo creo que todos los jugadores están felices de estar acá porque comen bien. Yo creo que toda la experiencia de esta semana, todo va a ser positivo.
Opening with a 4 under 67, Guatemala's Jose Toledo went much deeper in the second round, making 8 birdies and an eagle to shoot a 64 and finish the day as the outright leader.
La verdad que arranqué con buen momentum el día de hoy, haciendo birdies en los primeros hoyos y me di muchas chances de birdie hoy, que creo que es muy importante en este campo.
At 13 under, Toledo managed to open a 2-shot lead over American Mitchell Meisner, who also carded a second-round 64. Coming off a third-place finish at the JHSF Brazil Open, the Guatemalan pro was feeling quite comfortable at Los INKAS Golf Club, a venue where he had 2 top 10 finishes in the past.
Yo creo que la clave fue en el hoyo 3, haciendo águila un pot largo como de 20-21 pies. Eso me cambió el switch porque ya sabía que obviamente venía bien y hacer un águila me levantó.
The one thing that stuck out about Meisner's second round were his 3 eagles on holes 2, 3, and 14, Alejandro Tosti was the last to accomplish that feat in 2021 at the Estrella del Mar Open. Meisner's heroics marked the 7th time in tour history a player has made 3 eagles in a round. Another player in contention was Gustavo Silva of Chile, who carded a 66 to trail by 3 heading into the weekend.
Estar tocando la puerta creo que es importante y algún día estoy seguro que se abre.
Moving day belonged to Rafael Becker. The Brazilian fired an 8 under 64 to move 1 shot ahead of Jose Toledo, with Gustavo Silva in 3rd and Raul Pereda and Cristobal del Solar only 3 shots back.
Un día muy bueno, tiré 8 menos en esta cancha, realmente no puedes fallar mucho. Los greens son bastante complicados y poteé muy bien, entonces muy feliz.
The 31-year-old from Sao Paulo recorded an eagle and 7 birdies to move 1 shot ahead of Jose Toledo and 2 ahead of Gustavo Silva.
Mañana es un nuevo día, yo creo que mañana empezamos de cero, me imagino que el tablero vamos a ir pegados, pues tengo oportunidad, así que bueno, pues esperemos que mañana sea un gran día.
Second round leader Toledo had an up and down day, but stayed in contention with 3 under 69. He saved his best for last, rolling in a 21-footer for birdie on number 18 to ensure that he would be in the final group teeing off on Sunday. Silva would shoot 67 to make it into the final pairing as well. The Chilean would be the only player with no PGA Tour Latinoamérica wins in the last group. His best finish had been a tie for second at the 2019 Mexico Open. What started out looking like it had been an 18-hole battle among a handful of players in the final round turned into a rout, thanks to Jose Toledo. The Guatemalan began the day alone in second place, but seized control of the tournament during an impressive opening 9 that saw him shoot a 6 under 30.
¿Qué les puedo decir? La verdad que estoy súper contento, venía tocando la puerta de esta victoria y pues la semana pasada me quedé con el saborcito de ganar y gracias a Dios pues esta semana jugué un excelente golf y muy contento de regresar al podio después de 5 años.
After a birdie on 10, Toledo's lead ballooned to 7 strokes, and he coasted from there. He carded a 66 to win by 6 over Raul Pereda, who finished solo second. Meanwhile, 54-hole leader Rafael Becker made 3 early bogeys and never recovered. He tied for 3rd with Mitchell Meisner.
Arrancar bien siempre es importante en la ronda y bueno, hacer 6 menos la primera ronda yo creo que es mi mejor ronda de 9 hoyos en este campo. Muy contento de cómo estuvieron mis emociones también, cómo me pude controlar. A pesar de que sabía que llevaba buena ventaja, quería seguir haciendo birdies y me di buenas oportunidades en los segundos 9. Y bueno, pues cerrar con 5 o 6 golpes de ventaja, la verdad que muy contento de cómo me salieron las cosas.
Cruising to the finish line, Toledo made a bogey at the last hole. That prevented him from setting a new 72-hole record. He finished at 22 under for the week to match the number set by Sebastian Fernandez in 2010. This was his 2nd career win in 94 starts on PGA Tour Latinoamérica. Let's take a look at the Total Play Cup points list following our visit to Lima. With his win, Toledo earned 500 Total Play Cup points to move into the 3rd position, only 34 points behind Alan Wagner and 331 shy of overall leader Jorge Fernandez Valdez. Next time on Esto as PGA Tour Latinoamérica. We will travel to the middle of the world for a new edition of the Quito Open, an event joining the tour for the 8th consecutive year. And then we head to Guadalajara, Mexico for a brand new event, the Jalisco Open Guadalajara at Atlas Country Club. Join us next month for more from Esto as PGA Tour Latinoamérica.